Alright. Hello, everyone. My name is Matthew Humphrey, and this
Oh
is for
shoot!
my
I did not
reflective
mean to do
video
that.
for
I kind
the
of did, but
overview
that was
class,
really bad.
overview of media technologies and so forth. And this is pretty much my take on the class itself and what I learned and that good stuff. So, this is going to be kind of short, probably not, whatever. So, uh, as an overall, I really did like the
I don't want to
class. I
enable time
learned
magic
a
at
lot
all.
more than I thought I would, actually,
Master cleansing food.
because
Nice.
it was it's one of those things of like, yeah, well, I did want to actually get into gaming or at least
Yeah, I'm not gonna enable crap.
do the development, and going through this class it really
That's not
did
ready.
basically at least cement what I would need to learn and just like who to approach and like what to figure out, like who are the people to help me in the career aspects of it, which is a good thing. um, a lot of the assignments were very useful, just in general for what like these a lot of these assignments were very good in like organizing and putting it sort of like universal tactics and strategies for getting into any industry. So that could be artistic, it could be like just any industry that you're really trying to get into, and it really helped in all aspects. So with the particular assignments with like the industry spotlight, the industry terms, excuse me, the industry terms was very useful in that it helped me to actually see like certain stuff that I know that I've always known as like a fan or someone who's actually looked at it closely to actually see like this is what it means, this is what it actually is. A great example of them. The time management thing that was very eye opening in the fact that I am not a particular fan of actually having to sit there and plan like what I'm going to do assignment wise. Only because a lot of times when I try to plan stuff, usually somehow, some way will go awry. But it did at least help me to like do a plan B, C, D, so forth, and just have backups for whatever, just in case, which is a good thing. Um, were there any particular assignments that you could do away with in the class? Honestly, no. Not that I know of. Not really. A lot of the assignments were very useful. A lot of them were like they did different aspects of like what you want to do or planning, or just to confirm like this is what you really want to do and going forward in that. So I don't think there was really any assignments or anything that was useless or wasn't worth their salt. All of them were. All of them gave you different aspects of trying to get into the industry and even aspects of the industry itself. As a personal note, most of the stuff that I learned about my industry, um, I more so got out of like outside of the classes because I mean I have been sort of listening to certain developer or game developers in particular who went over like some of the horror stories, and particularly there's been a lot of news as of late regarding my particular industry, which is game design, and just the different horror stories and how the different publishers are is getting kind of iffy, and just the nature of it's changing all the time, so you don't really stick with one thing. You can't really count on something that's going to be really consistent for a long, long time. So you got to be always, or you always got to be on your feet, which I don't necessarily mind because I do it from time to time. Um, but other than that, um, the class was pretty decent. It was very good. It definitely opened my eyes to certain aspects of the industry that I never really thought of. But it was a pretty decent class. It was very fun. A lot more laid back to me, which might not be the case, but it's just me. I will admit though, the whole changing from stuff being due on Sunday to stuff being due between Wednesday and Friday was a little bit jarring at first, but eventually I got used to it, and so I was like, okay, kind of adapt. And that's one thing I will give him credit for was the above and beyond approach, which I do understand and it makes sense, and I agree with it. So I'm probably forgetting stuff from the. I'm probably forgetting other stuff from for the minimum for what I should be talking about. But I think I covered most of it, if not all of it. But hopefully this covers all. This covers it for my actual video. And that's mostly it. It's nothing more, nothing less. Very straightforward to the point. And if anyone wants to get in touch with me in different ways, like I'm not very hard. If you want to get, I'm not that hard to get in touch with, honestly. But unfortunately, I haven't really made myself known. So on that note, I will say I'm done. Good night, everyone, and good luck in the future of Full Sail, particularly me. That's it. Good night.